Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single City Reactions only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm the original anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, is this true? Did Drake steal from DRAM again 10 years later? If this is true, it's confirmed that Drake needs to take a break. We've all been saying he needs to take a break. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it anymore. Me and numerous amounts of people have been saying this. If this is true, if what's going on with John River is true, if any of this is true, at this point, you gotta take a break, bro. You gotta take a break. You gotta step away from music, step into business, do something else. You know, you have products, sell your products. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you can probably get more money from selling your products than making music, if we're gonna be completely honest. Like, what are you doing this music thing for is my question. Because you're not dominating anymore. You don't dominate anymore as of now. You look like fodder. If we're going to be super honest, Drake looks like fodder right now. People in Australia are trolling this man, throwing jerseys on the stage apparently, sending drones after him, playing Kendrick Lamar everywhere this man goes. This man is Meek Mill currently. You know? It's just incredible. It's just gotten to a point where it's just like we really have to analyze this and really say, hang it up. Hang it up for a possible return. I know some people out there are gonna say hang it up permanently. Me personally, I believe he has the ability to change, but he needs to find it in himself to figure that out. But enough of that. Let's get to this video. So this is a new channel that was introduced to me. Shout out to Sandra for this one. She sent me the DM on Discord. If you guys have any links out there that you want to send to me for me to react to, join the Discord, send the link there, and I'll get to the reaction, alright? So, she sent me this channel, Jeremy. I can't say your last name, but we'll call you Jerm. We'll just call you Jeremy. We'll go with your first name, Jeremy, alright? So, this video is titled, Did Drake Steal from DRAM Again 10 Years Later? Look, we're going to go straight into it. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to learn from this guy. About 16-minute video right here. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below, and we're going to get to the reaction, alright? So, let's go. Let's get to it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if he has any information to share with us, alright? Good. Yo, Jeremy. Let's see if you can earn my subscription with this one. Let's go.
Did Drake steal from the artist DRAM, aka Shelly, again? It is 2025, and currently DRAM is painting a picture of a potential historical repeat of something that happened in 2015, 10 years ago. Now, a lot of you guys probably do know this in my audience. If you're new here and you do not know, let me quickly refresh you. DRAM is an artist who dropped a song called Cha Cha back in 2015.
Brother, I remember this, okay? And the Cha Cha that Drake stole translated to Hotline Bling.
And Drake initially released his Hotline Bling song as a remix on SoundCloud called Cha Cha Remix. It was called Hotline Bling, aka Cha Cha Remix, Hotline Bling in brackets, Cha Cha Remix, okay? It was blatantly put out that way. Now, as the song gained some steam and gained success on SoundCloud, it went to Apple Music. The Cha Cha Remix part was removed. The song became one of Drake's biggest songs ever. We know the moment
off of the back of someone else.
And DRAM got no credit for it. Not
Crazy.
only no credit, he got no monetary reward for it.
Nope.
He was not credited as a writer or producer on the publishing side.
Insane.
Royalties. Now, this is a diamond song. This is one of Drake's biggest songs ever. I'd be pretty upset if that happened to me. Now, 10 years later, DRAM tweeted a song, and he seems to be alluding to the fact that Drake may have done the same thing with his new album from one of DRAM's songs from last year. We're going to take a look at the songs. We're going to take a look at the history of Drake and DRAM, how we got to this moment, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you think of that situation, what you think of this situation, and what you think will happen next. My name is Jeremy Heck. Welcome to the channel. This is a place where we deep dive into hip-hop, into music. We're passionate about lyrics. We're passionate about hip-hop. We're passionate about music, passionate about the art form. And we're a great community of music-loving people that you can be a part of right now. So all you got to do to be a part of it is hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, let us know your thoughts, and reply to some people in the chat. All right, let's get into it. So here we are, DRAM, a.k.a. Shelly. Now, he tweeted this. Don't this sound familiar? And he put the Apple
Nah,
Music
I don't like it already.
Not everybody has Apple Music. It didn't do too much initially.
What song is it?
What he was referring to is...
If this is on the Something Sexy For You album, Drake, you're a whore for this. You're a full-on whore for this. This is ridiculous.
I won't play too much of any of these songs. You can look them up yourself because I'm not making money off these videos, but I want the most amount of people to see it, and YouTube sometimes suppresses videos if it demonetizes them, so you can listen to the full song, but... So the beat
what is his song?
is what he's referring to.
What songs?
He's referring to the tempo.
What songs did he make that he hasn't used other people for? Has he ever made us? Okay, I'm exaggerating clearly, but I have to ask it. Even though I know I'm exaggerating, I know it's a rhetorical question because we obviously know there are plenty of songs out there that he's made by himself. But it's gotten to a point like you're known for this and you still continue to do this. Why? Is my question. You continue to take from everyone else. Why? Like, this makes you look extra weird now. Like you have no creativity. I need someone to answer this question for me. Why does he continue to do this? Please, I need someone to answer that in the comments below. Because it's gotten to a point where it's just like, bro, you really need to take a break. You need a break. I don't know what deal you're signed to, but you need to hurry up and end that. End it somehow. If you have to pay out, pay out. Do something. I know how it works. Payouts don't happen. My point is, it's just, this is disappointing, bro. People actually like this dude, bro. But he continues to take. He already took from John River for the cover. Already. Well, that wasn't even the original cover. Already, that's a problem right there. And the same people that champion Drake are the same people that are also fans of John River out there. I see the faces in Toronto, the individuals that talk about these things. This is insane. It's gotta stop. It's really gotta stop.
He's referring to the vibe overall, and I think what he's getting at is someone on Drake's team, or Drake himself, bit his swag a little bit here. And if you want to go as far as to say the word stole, you can say that. Now here's what DRAM said. He said, "Don't this sound familiar?" He played this, right? And then underneath you had people saying things like, "Yeah, he stole your whole shit like always. Start the lawsuit, get your money. Nokia."
For real.
I thought that part of the album stuck out like a sore thumb. We see why now. Wave riding, and then Soulja Boy again. So this isn't just DRAM. People are kind of in his comments agreeing that this may sound similar. You can let me know in the comments what you think. If this sounds eerily similar, if it sounds somewhat similar, if it doesn't sound similar at all, let me know in the comments. But I can't take this incident as an isolated incident. I have to look at it in the entirety of these two artists' relationship and Drake's history as to what's happened. So for those of you guys who don't really know the history between DRAM and Drake, when Drake initially put out Hotline Bling, it was at the height of Drake fame, right? We had If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. We had the Meek Mill beef, the Meek Mill battle, right? And Drake actually released on the same day as Charged Up, which was the initial diss track to Meek Mill. He released it on his OVO Sound, Apple Music, radio. And I remember this because, like I've said, I've been a big Drake fan my whole life. So I remember listening and tuning in and excited to hear what Drake had in reference to Meek Mill, because he said, tune in to OVO Sound Radio on Friday, something's dropping. And so he dropped Charged Up. He ran it back to back to back to back like 4 or 5 times, if not like more times. You know, he's the sixth guy. I'm assuming he ran it 6 times back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And then he dropped a song called Right Hand, and he dropped Hotline Bling. He then put these songs on SoundCloud, and on SoundCloud the title of the song was Hotline Bling Cha Cha Remix. Now most of this stuff has been scrubbed
Yep.
But if you look here, this is a Fader article from 2015.
10 years ago almost.
Drake's Cha-Cha remix, Hotline Bling, is something new. So already, this song was standing out from the rest of his catalog as sounding different for Drake. The beat specifically, as well as the hook and the melody. I really liked it when I heard it. Everyone take a breath. Give yourself time to recover from the great Drake flood we've experienced today, from his Meek Mill diss track Charged Up to the Bay indebted Right Hand. Ready? Here's his remix of Cha-Cha, the calling card of Virginia rapper DRAM, newly retitled Hotline Bling. It's classic Drake all the way, lovesick and not willing to admit that the girl who used to make his phone's hotline blink, I guess misspoke there because they had bling in the sentence before, but may have moved on. Listen below, okay? So now the SoundCloud link is no longer there, but it was very clear, there was no hiding it, there was no denying it, that Drake actually was inspired by DRAM. There's no doubt about it. He named the song Cha-Cha Remix. Okay, so either the beat inspired him, either they used the exact beat and just added some melody on top of it a little bit.
My question is, how did this happen again? That's my question. How did this happen again, and why isn't there nothing happening? Because after Hotline Bling, DRAM just disappeared. He disappeared for such a long time, and I listened to DRAM. DRAM switched over to a neo-soul sound. Not gonna lie, it sounds incredible. It actually sounds incredible. Like some of his neo-soul tracks, breath of fresh air, no cap. But to see this happen again, I'm confused. Like why? Like why did this happen again? I need to know why this happened again. Something is going on here.
Differently, or they remade the beat based on that, or they used part of the beat. No matter what, Drake was inspired by Cha-Cha, and not only inspired by DRAM's Cha-Cha, but he remixed it. He was calling it a remix. He didn't even say Cha-Cha influence. It said remix. This word, this is exactly what it was titled. Hotline Bling Cha-Cha Remix, okay? Now I looked at, this is on the Drizzy subreddit. Why did people say Drake stole Hotline Bling from Cha-Cha by DRAM? People were even confused. This is 3 years ago. And somebody said Drake initially debuted Hotline Bling on OVO Sound Radio and released it on SoundCloud as Cha-Cha Remix, which we just went over. Once they saw the song gain traction on the charts, they quickly reworked the song from a remix, removed Cha-Cha Remix from the title, and ran with it as a single. The rest was history. So that did happen, right? Drake puts Hotline Bling out on SoundCloud. It gains some traction. It starts to go crazy. Then they put it out on Apple Music, Spotify, DSPs. At that time, it wasn't as big of a thing. But we're talking 2015, so it still existed. You know, it's still on Apple Music. And they took off the Cha-Cha remix part. It was just called Hotline Bling, and then we know what happened. That song was one of Drake's highest charting songs ever. We had the music video moment. We had the SNL moment. It was #2 overall in the country. Diamond. It is a Hotline Bling is a diamond song. It's a diamond song in the U.S. 8 times platinum in Australia. They're probably going crazy for Hotline Bling right now.
Oh, absolutely.
He's singing at the concert. They know
he hasn't been there forever, so it makes sense.
Here's where things get weird, right? Is that clearly DRAM was an influence, inspired the song, it was remixed. But he was not credited as a producer, as a writer, on any of the sides. On production, on royalties, he didn't get anything. DRAM got no credit on this song, but not only the credit was taken away afterwards, the monetary side of things was taken away from him too. If you look at a diamond song, which signifies 10 million units sold according to the RIAA, could potentially earn an artist anywhere between $1 and $10 million. But if you look at what that song did for Drake's career, probably even
stratosphere.
Okay, and we're not even talking about YouTube views, we're just talking about the streams. So DRAM was left out of all of that. And now he did come out afterwards and talk about it, right? We had...
It was just a little shocking because it came out as like the Cha-Cha remix. You know what I'm saying?
As is, not really Hotline Bling. At the time.
Right.
At the time, it was the Cha-Cha remix.
2 weeks. So, I don't know. It's just really weird. I ain't getting no reach out, no nothing or whatever. And I don't know, kind of it fucked with me for a long time until like.
Of course.
Sound like that was my
talking about really.
And it started.
It's hilarious that Maul is in this clip. Just looking at how everything went. It's just funny.
Legitimately started out as the Cha Cha remix.
Yeah. But to be honest, to be frank, bro, like, bro, that's so long ago.
For sure.
Like,
no, you can't see. No. You see, this is a problem with a lot of artists today. They're not taking pride in their own work. Drum is probably thinking, because I was a newer artist, it's something I can let go. You should be proud of your work. This is your work. You're supposed to care about it. All this throwaway nonsense, you're not at that level to say that. When you start, that was probably like, that wasn't even long into his career when he put out that song. Funny thing is, I have the song downloaded on my phone. That's how good the song is, low key. Especially if you play it at a party. It's a very good party song. My point is that you got to take pride into your work, bruh. This is you right here. Regardless of you're the inspiration of Hotline Bling or not. Regardless if you stole it or not, that's you. You know? For you to say, you know what, it's okay, you can't say that, bruh. You have the biggest artist in the world take your shit and don't even give you a single credit, not one. Just shows you don't really care too much about your work. And if you don't care too much about your work, you don't care too much about your craft. And if those are both the same, then it shows you as an artist. That's your character into your artistry, and it's just gotten to a point where it's like, if I hear that, I'm just like, I get disappointed, because look at the platform you're on, and then look how you're moving. A lot of people dream to be up there, bro. I'm sure there's a lot of artists out there that actually do have hit songs like that, but they'll never get the plays because they're not in the rooms that you're in. They don't get the blessings that you get. And then they're out in the streets with a hit song and nobody to listen to it. Isn't that insane, bro? These artists need to take this more seriously. That's why we need more Kendricks. We need people out there that will take things more seriously. That won't take advantage of the opportunities, because a lot of people dream of that. You got to be thankful for where you are. You got to take pride in your work, all that. Because if you're not, then that's a whole other problem in itself. Who are you as a person? You know? It's ridiculous.
You know, like what I even had that angst.
The man stole from you twice and you don't care?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, like,
are you serious?
Queen Badu, like, you know what I'm saying, fucking with me, like, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce, Queen B, you know what I'm saying, like, her.
So, that is the thing, after Cha Cha, I felt so happy for Drum because he had broccoli, and you know I love broccoli. You know I love me some broccoli. But this song with Lil Yachty went crazy too.
Banger.
I actually think it's probably certified platinum, quintuple platinum. So it didn't go diamond. He got a smash song. And so, you know, the universe repays you in its own way. But I do think that it's one of those things where I can't look at this current claim by Drum in a vacuum when we have real history here. And then Drum, I think, got beat up by OVO.
Really?
This is how I really put it. You know, if you put to the side the massive success, all the crazy things, like, I feel as though he's threatened by my musical talent.
And that's why you're supposed to take your shit seriously. Because if the person at the top is threatened by it, that shows you have power. So what are you doing? If this is true that you got beat up, bruh, I look at you in a disappointing manner now. Because why? Why you let that happen to you, bruh?
My abilities, my immense talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to sing. He wants to sing, but he.
He's hilarious, actually. This is funny. I've never seen this.
Look at that. Sing that, bruh.
When you
Sing that.
want to do something like that, but you just...
That's why I love the neo soul sound from him, because it fits him so well.
Hey, this is God given. You know what I'm saying, bro? I overstand that. You know, ever those years, and for it to be this long ago, and for it to still be fresh on one's mind, you know what I mean? Like, it's a great thing, and I overstand.
So he ended up getting beat up. So yeah,
I'm dead.
Violent 2017 altercation with Drake's bodyguards. This was 5 years after this happened.
Wow.
Hey, somebody tell Drake to shut the fuck up about that shit, man. Fucking 5 years ago. This nigga never even fucking touched me, nigga. I pressed his ass. His fucking bodyguards, goddamn. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on the kid. But his bodyguards did, not his bitch ass. He ain't touched me. He's a bitch. You know that.
Yup.
Come on, why I gotta goddamn get into all of that? When I see him, I see him. You know what I'm saying? What's good with the one-on-one, though, my baby? What's up, my nigga? But you don't want to do that. You want to have your guards. That's cool, though. He ain't touched me, though.
Shout out Complex Con. Shout out to the Marathon Clothing Store. I see the page. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Marathon Clothing Store.
And that shit from 5
Shout out
years
Bloody
ago.
Sunday.
Come on, nigga. Who else, like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you keep bringing up, why don't you bring up how you got smacked by a Diddy or some shit?
And so the crazy thing about this is that Drake never even reached out to DRAM and said, yo, I fuck with the song, I love it, it's a remix, let me get you on the Hotline Bling remix.
Crazy.
Or let me get you some publishing or some
Crazy.
writing credit. Or, yo, I'm going to put you as a credited writer because I was inspired by your song, I really love your work. He just took the song and ran with it. And I would be pissed if I was DRAM too.
Of course.
Knowing it was, not only speculating it was your idea, but knowing it was your idea that inspired this song, and it was written out.
Yup.
Bold face in front of the world and then just removed like it never happened. So I
Yup.
would be pissed if I was DRAM. But here's the thing about this current one. This current one, I believe, has some potential to be true only because of this, right? So the history we saw. But Drake, we also got to remember, is super petty. And so for me to think that Drake wouldn't do something like this again to the same guy who...
But he did.
You heard how outspoken DRAM was. He sees another opportunity, like, I fuck with this song. Let's remake it. Nothing will happen. Nothing happened to me before. And this is why I say it's like Drake acting like the victim all the time when he did a lot of these things to have the industry or a lot of these people dislike him or be mad at him or be upset at him. It's not like nothing happened. It's not like you did nothing to these people. People are upset for a reason, you know? So they're valid. And so I could see him being petty enough and you know, being like, I'm untouchable enough to think that he could get away with this again to the same guy. Whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know. I can't say. And whether they sound enough alike for this to be, you guys can let me know. But I'm just saying, to me, it feels like he would do something like that again. And even if he didn't do it on purpose and the producer brought it to him and then he found out after, I could still see him going through with it because he's like, you know, look, we already did it once to this guy. So, I don't know.
That's the same thing, bruh. That's the same thing. Shout out to her. Very talented choreographer.
You know, I don't know. The other thing that's even crazier, and this is me just looping everything full circle. DRAM had a song, Broccoli, obviously that went crazy. Kendrick, also, his song, which you know my little tie-in, you know what I'm saying, the broccoli, and you know what I'm saying, you know, Squabble Up. A lot of people are saying Nokia sounds like a Squabble Up reply, where Drake wants to actually make a song to compete with Squabble Up in the club, which is funny because he knows Squabble Up is actually going off and is actually getting people to dance, even though he's trying to act like Kendrick is the type of guy who can only make people dance with a dictionary. So, I don't know. Broccoli, Nokia, Squabble Up, DRAM, Drake, Kendrick. There's a whole lot of tie-ins here. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this song was taken, was stolen, was inspired, was influenced? What do you think should happen because of this? Did you think, you know...
I got something to say about that.
With Cha-Cha and Hotline Bling. You let me know your thoughts. I just found this interesting. I hadn't seen anyone cover it yet. Wanted to bring it to light. And, yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Jeremy Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit the subscribe button if you appreciate this video. And I appreciate you for watching. Peace.
Look, let's keep it a stack. Don't let the BPMs fool you, huh? Don't let the BPMs fool you. I'm not gonna let no BPM fool me. Alright, Drake, if you made a response or something similar to Squabble Up, cool. Then we know what you're making music for real. Don't compete with Kendrick, my guy. Don't compete with Kendrick because you're not gonna win. Don't rap against Kendrick ever. Ever. Like, it's just, man. That last part just bugged me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It really bugged me. But overall, all I need to say is simply this. Them songs sound the same, bruh. Drum, how you gonna let them niggas steal from you again? Yo, okay. Is Drum not familiar with the business behind all that happens in the music industry? Because for this to happen again, it just sounds like he doesn't have the knowledge to protect his sound. Like, did you copyright this? Is my question. Because everything you make, you got to copyright. You got to remember that. If you don't copyright the songs, you can easily get your songs taken from you. That's a simple fact. Everything has to be registered. Shout out to Dre and Kevin for educating me about that. Everything that you make as an artist has to be registered under you. If you don't do that, people are going to take it from you. A lot of artists don't know that, but once you get into the music industry, you're going to get educated on that. But to be honest, if you're an artist trying to get into the industry, you should be already educated on these things. Because if not, then you're easily going to get your songs stolen from you. And you're going to sit there mad. If this was me, if this is what Drake did to me, I'd be so vexed. I'd find any kind of lawyer. I'd look for the best lawyer ever. If I have to fly out, I have to fly out and talk to this lawyer. Or talk to him on Zoom, whatever. But for this to happen, I wouldn't sit down. I would never sit down. I'd fight for the song. Are you crazy? Look what the song did. It went #1 everywhere. Certified diamond. Like, what are we talking about? I wouldn't let that happen to me, bro. I honestly wouldn't let that happen to me. You got to be out of your mind to let that kind of thing happen to you. If I'm going to be super honest with you. All right, man. That's we can call it raps on this one, to be honest. We can call it raps on this one. All right, single seater reactions, bro. Y'all know the vibe. Listen. Single seater reactions only on the Flex Mind Network. Take care, be well, be safe, stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. I don't know what I be doing with my hands sometimes, but yeah, yo, Drum, do something, bro. Do something for real. This is ridiculous.